Sooner magic is real, boys. 27-21. Sooners win their first SEC road game in Sooner magic fashion. I'm going to be yelling from now till whenever we're done with this thing, Jay. What an unbelievable adversity. And outside of Kip Lewis, which by far was the play of the game.
Yeah.
Hester, Schmidt, two guys who have been long and lost forgotten, people have said, make big-time plays.
This game I thought was for sure over. Honestly, I mean, if Kip doesn't make that play, they probably lose the game. I mean, it was that big of a turning point. Not only he got into the end zone, which was huge too. If he would have got stopped short, they would have had to try to score offensively. And also, by the way, Mike Hawkins Jr. on the 2-point conversion. Unbelievable effort. And hey, they have so many issues still offensively. Okay, they have a lot of issues. Particularly, the O-line is bad. It's still bad. It didn't miraculously improve with Michael Hawkins back there. It's bad. But
R. Mason Thomas is a grown man. You let them pin their ears back on defense, you're not going to have time to throw the ball. As Hunter said, Kip Lewis's interception for a touchdown, OU had a 90% chance of losing that game. And after that play, it was a 75% chance of winning the game. Kip Lewis, Sooner Magic, number 10, just like Torrance Marshall back in 2000. Hey, I got to say something real quick, Jay, because during the game I was talking with you. The offensive line is a bigger issue than Seth Luttrell.
I think they're about equal, but you're right. It's bad. It's bad. You got to get Everett out there somehow. You got to get Everett out there. Hickman was not good. He snapped the ball good, but he wasn't good in blocking. The tight ends have issues all over the field. Blocking, they had penalties. How many penalties did the tight ends have tonight? 3 or 4 at least were big time plays. The Jake Roberts pass interference on the long play to Sharp was a killer.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Wow, this game, OU's down 21-10. 21-10. They score, they miss the 2-point, and then Sooner Magic happens. The penalties were bad. OU didn't play that well. Guys, OU didn't play that well. And won on the road at Auburn against a really pretty good offense, guys.
Yeah, they didn't play that great. I mean, defensively, they didn't play great, but I will say this.
Penalties.
I will say this. The running game, Auburn's a pretty good running team. You held that one running back, I think, to like 90 yards. But the defensive issues were the pass plays down the field. They got beat, 3 times specifically. And in most of those, I'd say other than one, you had pretty good coverage. You got to make the play. You got to turn your head around and make the play.
Oh, yeah. If you weren't getting up, hey, I admit when Kip Lewis gets
the yardage was bad.
I admit you thought in your mind as he's running that back, if he gets tackled at the 5, we're losing this game.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking
all the way to the end zone. Billy Bowman was outstanding tonight. I love the safety blitz at the end by RSJ, and R. Mason Thomas was unbelievable.
Hey, Auburn is a bad team. Nobody said Auburn's great.
Hey, no one said they're great. Listen, William, Auburn was number 1 in the SEC in yards per carry, 6.2. That's a fact. They are explosive offense.
Yardage-wise, they're good, but they're not a good scoring team. And OU allowed a lot of yards today. They didn't play a great game defensively. I don't think anybody would say that. But you know what happened? When it mattered most, the defense showed up. I will say that. They lose this game last year. Defensively, they lose this game.
An apology?
He hasn't. Hey, Crystal, he has not undervalued him.
I actually said he was going to play really well, and I got ripped for saying he might even dominate at some point. Apparently,
he didn't dominate. Here's the fact of the matters, guys. And guys and gals, whoever watched this game, the offense didn't look much different than it did with Jackson Arnold, except for one thing.
No turnover.
Hawkins can make busted plays look good.
And he ate the ball, Jay. He just flat out ate the ball. And
he did eat the ball, which led to no turnovers, though. That's what you have to do.
Hey,
you can't turn the ball over.
I thought Javonte Barnes played tough.
I will say this, Dalpos, that Discord was getting pretty heated today. If you're not in the Discord.
It turned the game around, Jay, the Discord.
I think it might have turned the game around. If you're not in the Discord, go to the Unlimited link, sign up for it, get in the Discord. During the game, it was a madhouse in there. We had people, it was not, I would just say it's not pleasing, but they got the win.
Hey, great
win.
The win's pleasing. Great win. All the links in the description. Thanks, Drew. Hey, excellent win. In a game that everything that was going, that could go against OU was. They get a big play, penalty. They'd get marked short of the first down, penalty, 2nd 11. 2nd 1, 2nd 11. But they find a way, man. BB's smiling ear to ear right now. Now he's going to Texas, 2 weeks off on a high after this win.
BV needed this win more than maybe. I mean, he needed this win so bad. And they offensively, the second half, I will say this, and which I don't understand why they don't do it more often, but the play down the field to Hester, you saw what Auburn did. They got one-on-one coverage and they threw some jump balls. I really wish they would do that with OU a little bit. Throw some jump balls to some guys. Carry on.
They didn't. The play to Hester, and hey, massive kudos to Hester. He made
I'll give it up to Hester on that, but he got to catch that.
Plays, and I'll be the first to admit we've been saying this guy shouldn't see the field. He made 2 massive plays, I guess, like he's been doing in practice. I tell you what, you watch, Chief T-Bird, Sooner Magic. By the way, Chester said it. We're not live just because they're Sooner Magic. We're live every single day.
Hey, I'll say this too.
Drop a super, whatever you want to do. Sooner Magic's in full force.
I will say this. Dowpost in the Discord said we need a turnover. Next play, pick 6. I will say it. But hey, they didn't get R. Mason Thomas near the end of the game was another just ridiculous down the stretch. He played great. Kip Lewis, I thought Kip Lewis the whole game was outstanding. And I'll have to go back and watch. Kobe McKenzie was in position a lot and missed some tackles, also missed an interception. But
Woody was back. Woody didn't play the second half.
Hey, and by the way, yeah, Gary, 2 victories today. Hey, I don't think you can play Woody right now in coverage. He's not good enough in coverage.
He benched him, Jay.
Okay, good. Hey, great team effort, no turnovers. I want to get to something right now, and I owe. And you talked about an apology earlier, but I'm not owing anybody an apology. I'm not going to apologize to any player if I've called them out. But I will say this: massive guts, cojones, whatever you want to say, to Zach Schmidt. Filling in for a kicker that's out after all he did last year, not kicking very good, to make 2 massive, those were massive field goals. That last field goal to get him up, keep him up to more than 3 was huge. And he nailed those right through the middle compared to their kicker who could not hit from 20 twice. Okay? Massive kudos to
there is so much. There's so much to get into. Yeah, if OU had all their starting receivers, it'd be unbelievable. Maybe they would be able to do some things. But listen, Hawkins made a huge difference. Hawkins was a massive. The first play where he takes off to the house. Then he kind of settles in after the energy.
Yeah.
But he steps up. Hey, I'm going to give the offensive line credit for one. Something happened, Jay, between the 3rd and the 4th quarters. I don't know what it was. Did
they change anybody?
I looked. I didn't see any change. I don't know what happened on the sideline. Something happened. They were blocking better. He had all day to throw to Hester. Moses, massive thanks to you for the super. Huge. Thank you, Moses.
Thank you, Moses. Appreciate that so much. A. Rojas says, that is brothers playing for each other right there. Micah Hawkins as a starter should have the respect for. And you are absolutely right. And I'll tell you what, we haven't talked about it yet on the Discord or after or on the phone or anything. What he did as far as like controlling the offense in that environment in the crowd, he was really directing people at the line. I thought he played it. I thought he played really well. Now, I will say this. There were times he held onto the ball, I thought.
He missed a couple.
At the same time, you can't turn it over, and that's what they've probably been preaching to him all week. No turnovers. He got drilled a few times, and that last 2-point conversion, when he rolled out, you could see it. I was thinking he's going to go over the top. He's going to try to jump in there. Kudos. And you know what? What he did right there tells everybody on that team, get on my back. We're going to go do something with this.
Break it, Nell. They were spying him today. It's not like he was. OU didn't run the ball, run the quarterback much, but the deep ball to Hester was the absolute game changer. Now, I can't say that because Kip Lewis's was, but
hey, real quick, Tatted Sailor says for my outburst in the chat, Boomer. Hey, Tatted, thanks so much for the super. Listen, during that situation, it was 21-10. There were a lot of ticked off people in the Discord, not just you. There was a lot of us, me included, okay? And at that time, you know, it's passionate fans being passionate fans, okay? And it is what it is. OU wins the game, massive win. This reminded me a lot of the Tennessee game at Tennessee with Baker Mayfield. Can you see the comparisons a little bit?
I did, Jay. Look, the helicopter play, that was a massive play. He directed Salchuk. I thought he was going to hit Salchuk on that.
What's up, Monty? How are you tonight?
Hey,
what a game.
There's another big play. There's so many big plays. We'll be here talking about it. Keep liking, keep supporting our channel. We appreciate it. We're here every night. We'll probably be on again at 10 o'clock tonight. Listen, the play to Hester where he scrambled and found Hester, and Hester was able to keep his knee off the ground. Big play. There were so many. I did like Barnes. I did like what he brought. I think you get Tatum back in 2 weeks. If Nick and I don't want to say who can come back,
Nick
but the O-line
the
has to protect, because when they did, the offense looked better, Jay. That's a fact.
Yeah, let's get to some of these supers. First, Chief T-Bird, thanks so much. I've never been so pissed and exhilarated about a game. Didn't get pissed again afterwards, thinking about how it all went down. Appreciate it, Chief. It was a wild game. Crystal, thanks so much. Hunter, I don't know if you can put that up there because I can't. Can you put her? There it is. I got ripped yesterday for making a Hawkins comparison to freshman Caleb Williams. Hawkins, I will say this. Let me answer this.
Let me respond to Crystal.
Okay, but can I say one thing about it first, and then you can? I just want to say, you're dead on with the energy. What he brought energy-wise is unbelievable. And I will say what you want to say, then I'll say something else.
Crystal, in the Discord today, when he ran that touchdown, I said, looks a lot like what Caleb Williams did his first start against Texas. I'm there with you. I am there with you. He has playmaker capabilities all over him. He didn't turn it over. Love Michael Hawkins. And let me, real quick, before we even get out going, stop the naysayers about how Jackson Arnold's handled the week, because the sideline reporter talked about it, okay?
Yeah, and you know what? Just like Zach Schmidt came in there and had a kick, there might be a time this year where Arnold has to get back in, so he's got to be ready. Hey,
Hawkins I think the play of the game was able to keep playing.
You can say the play of the game all you want is Kip Lewis. I disagree. Play of the game, in my opinion.
Oh, it was the play of the game, but
if
Hester doesn't get the deep ball, Jay,
the play to J.J. Hester changed the game, period. Because you could see it once they scored an offensive freaking touchdown and got within 21-16. It's like even the defense thought, okay, maybe if we can get the ball back, we can go score another one. That play, because they haven't had any explosive plays down the field passing in a long time. They needed that more than anything.
Blake, thanks for the super. It's hard to believe that if we had a competent offense, is that we beat Tennessee.
I'm not talking about Tennessee. That game's too far past.
The fact of the matter is,
the reality is this: they got a lot of issues offensively still. So let's not mask them. Jay, I'm not going to mask them.
But Jay, if they don't turn the ball over 3 times the way they did against Tennessee, they're likely in that game or winning it.
Yeah, you can't turn the ball over. I agree with that. But
this is the formula for OU moving forward. And Chief said it. It's going to be a ride, roller coaster. Buckle up. I'm here for it.
Hey, offensive line-wise, it wasn't good again.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad until the fourth quarter. I got to go back and rewatch it and see what changed.
If there's any offensive linemen in the chat that have played offensive line and you saw something, let us know. We're watching the whole game. I don't watch particular players till I go back the next day. So,
hey, someone said Joe Johnner said, in my opinion, what I'm seeing from the tight ends and lack of attention to details,
I agree.
Plays, to me, Joe John is more of a problem. I actually today, Jay, and I'm going to say this. I know you're going to rip me for it, and I'm going to get ripped on the chat. I saw 5 or 6 really, really good play calls by Seth Luttrell.
Okay, but we did talk about Hester.
The line was pitiful.
And by the way, Jacoby Johnson, 0 snaps.
Yep, we were wrong on that, Jay.
I will say this. Abe says the play action getting Hawkins out of the pocket and making the defender in the flat make a choice. We need more of that. I would 1,000% agree with that. And also this, the play in the third or fourth quarter, I think it was fourth quarter, fake pitch, and they hit Sharp on the little, I'm not a wheel, but little route behind Roberts.
That was great.
Listen, that was a great play call. My problem is, this is just from an outsider as a fan. I feel like Seth Luttrell at beginning of games coaches not to lose games. He does not coach to win games with me. That play came out because they were down 11 points. What I'm saying is at the beginning of the game, you can script the first drive. Come out there with grit. Now, they got the touchdown on the first drive mainly because Hawkins. But I'd like to see more aggressiveness down the field and let guys try to make plays.
Hey, Rhino 26.
Thanks,
words
Rhino.
can't express. We appreciate the support, your gratitude, your generosity. So appreciative. Appreciate you being on before the game, too, with your comments.
Boomer.
Marlene, thank you. Hey, Jay, appreciate that.
Thanks, Marlene.
Listen, on the Seth Luttrell stuff, he ran a tight end screen in the third quarter that I thought was really good. Bauer Sharp took literally 10 seconds to get his feet moving. It was like the road runner, but then there was never speed after. It was like he was running in quick. Tight end's got to be something different, Jay. And the play call to Sharp for 65 yards, great play call. Love the rub off of Roberts, but you can't do that, Roberts. It's a great design.
Hey, this might be my biggest surprise of the game is how much Barnes played and nobody else. DeMarco usually does not do that. I was surprised by that.
I agree.
Shakur, hey, did you get to David?
Shakur, I'm gonna drop the horns right now because it's officially Texas week, Sooner Nation.
Oh, that's right.
It's Texas week. Drop the horns. Horns. And listen,
did you get David Super?
Jay, go order your hat on thefanstop.com, Sooner Surgeaholics. And by the way, OU earned the victory. OU earned that victory. It was a dumb throw by their quarterback. Kip Lewis still had to take it to the house, and he did. It's officially OU Texas week.
I don't know if you got to David Super, but thanks, David. Appreciate that so much. Big time. Salchuk was a nice switch up for a play or two. I agree, but what it tells me is Barnes is the guy going forward.
Yeah, Barnes is. And you'll see Tatum. Well,
hey, RMT, when he's told to pin his earbacks and rush, I don't know if there's anybody better than him. I mean, he's the best one on the team by far.
And did you notice PJ Adebora was in on that? I mean,
hey, you know who else? You know who else played a great game again defensively, I thought?
Who?
Trace Ford.
Yeah, he did get beat in that flat route. He was getting his butt.
He did, but he had a turnover again he almost caused. Hey, Shakur, I am so ready for it. You know why? It's 2 weeks of build-up before the OU Texas game. Can't wait. It's going to be fun. And at least OU's 4-1. Let's go, baby.
Hey, Abe, I don't think it'll be Archie. It's going to be Quinn Ewers.
I think it'll be Quinn, too.
But it doesn't matter because right now we're talking Auburn. Auburn goes the entire game, guys. The worst team about turnovers. OU's the best team about turnovers. I got a stat for you. And then you get the pick six.
How about that with the one-handed paw going up? Hey, I will say this, in my opinion. Now, this is from an OU fan, but I thought Hugh Freeze called a horrible second half. They were driving, I think, maybe up 21-10, maybe. I can't remember. And they're running the ball, and they throw it 3 times. Almost had 2 picks on that drive. The stuff across the middle, he is not good about the stuff across the middle, the short stuff.
No, he's not. Hey, someone mentioned Ethan. First off, this hat is www.thefanstop.com. Go get it on there. Hey, Jay,
it's only sold on the Fan Stop.
It's the only place you can get it. Hey, guys, someone said earlier Ethan Downs wasn't good today. I thought Ethan Downs was pretty good. He got beat a couple times. He hustled back. Caden Woolard got his paw up, man. I mean.
My Gun Sweetness says, Roberts got called for holding for having his arm extended across the defensive line for less than 2 seconds. Watch the game again. See Auburn's O-line do it every play. Hey.
I said that in the Discord.
You did. You did say that.
It was an atrocious play call. And by the way, someone earlier asked if Stutzman was hurt. Stutzman? He was everywhere. He got ran over on that one play, missed a tackle, but Danny Stutzman was great. And how can you not love the caller? Oh, my.
Oh, I loved it. Hey, Danny played a great game. There was 1 or 2 where he was in the gap and missed a tackle, but overall he played a good game. I will say this. I want to get to this. It says, and I talked to y'all about this on the last drive, the defense does everything they can. In fact, they make Auburn lose like 30 yards on sacks. OU gets the ball like the 25 yard.
But it worked.
Listen, they get the ball at the 25-yard line. Go get 1 first down in the games. I love it when offense can say, okay, we get the ball. We're going to go get 1 first down, game over. They should have never got another chance out there. Now, Zach Schmidt made the field goal, but run option or something on first down. Try to get some yards.
Hey, Stutzman had it on from the get-go, Mark.
Yeah, I think he had it both halves.
Yeah, and by the way, I thought Bowman was unbelievable in the first half. Then he went through a couple of spurts. Billy Bowman, it was his best game all year. Would you agree, Jay?
I thought Billy Bowman was physical as he been all year.
Bowen wasn't.
Peyton Bowen, not great. I will say, hey, don't call anybody in. I like when Texas fans get in here. It's fun. Bring them. I like it. We'll probably have a lot of Texas fans over the next 2 weeks, and that's fine.
His take is wrong. Hawkins was impressive with his grit.
Wait, who said Hawkins wasn't? Who said Hawkins wasn't present?
Shakur. That's why they're saying that.
Oh, he's a true freshman. He's going to make some mistakes. I mean, that's just is what it is.
Archie Manning threw 2 picks against Louisiana Monroe. 0 against Auburn. Our OU's true freshman.
Boy, Texas didn't look great today.
What was the final in that game?
It was 21-6 at one point against Levy in the fourth, I believe. I don't know what the final was. And you're right, Selwyn. Fourth quarter comeback. Kip Lewis looked a lot like Torrance Marshall with that number 10 on. Didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It was the same type play, except running the other direction.
And instead of Rocky Kalmus running down the sideline, you had Danny Stutzman.
But wait, hold up. Everybody in the chat, we are not comparing this team to 2000. Do not come at us. We're not comparing that at all. Tennessee fan here. Congrats on the win. Hope you guys can get healthier. Hey, that is a problem. The wide receiver issue is a problem. I was surprised. Didn't see as much Petaway as I thought. He played, but didn't do a whole lot. Hester was big time. He had the play down on the sideline where he got extra yards too. That was a big play.
Big play. Rhino, thanks for that. Appreciate it. Sydney, Eli Bowen's pretty much been locked down when he's in. I love Eli Bowen.
I do too. And by the way, everybody on here, if you are not subscribed, just click the subscribe button. You'll know every time we go on live, which is quite a bit. We'll probably be back on tonight at 9:30. But make sure you subscribe to the channel.
I think it may be 10, Jay.
Are we going 10 because late games?
To catch the end of that Alabama game, get on after that.
Smart. We'll get on right after the game. That's smart.
We'll go till midnight, guys. We're here for the viewers. This is a fan show by fans. There's no one else like it. I challenge you to find someone like it.
Hey, here's the thing. Ray is right. Good job stepping up. There's two guys specifically that stepped up to me today that no one really wanted to talk about before the game. Zach Schmidt, J.J. Hester. Those guys were valuable in this game. Huge assets to this game. That game, if Schmidt misses that last field goal and it's a 3-point game, totally different game. Now, their kicker, I don't know if he could kick from the 2-yard line and make it. How big was that at the end of the first half? Twice.
Oh, yeah.
Twice.
Hey, I love the fans, Selene, showing up. Mark, you know us. We're on here all the time. Maybe it is easier after a win, but we're on here every night.
Hey, wait. Get to this. I think this is a good comment, and I agree with Abe.
I agree.
If you're going to play a big receiver other than J.J. Hester, I think it has to be Kearney. And if you're not, and I'll say this, if you're not going to play Jacoby Johnson at all, then just leave him over there at corner. Because flat out, they could have used him instead of Woody some.
Now he's had 3 weeks, though, before the Texas game.
And maybe that's their thoughts to get him ready for Texas. Will Burks be back? They need Burks back.
Yeah, they could use Burks. And the receivers got to get used to Hawkins scrambling because they got to do a better job of finding ways to get open when he's scrambling. Hey, the running game, Hunter. Maybe Hunter can drop some stats in here as he gets them, Hunter, AI. Because I think that OU's running game was better, but it was still hard to tell because it's hard to tell, Jay.
Hey, Auburn did have a lot of yards. And OU defense,
big play.
They were playing a defense. They were on the field a lot, partially in the first half because the offense was bad, but also they were sustaining drives. They were slowing the clock and draining it, and they were getting yardage. Short, the dink and duck stuff, and then they hit you over the top. I don't think it was a bad game plan by Auburn. I think it was pretty smart. When OU knew they had a pass down there, when OU got the lead and they knew they had a pass, what happened?
Oh yeah,
OU brought a lot of pressure. I mean, maybe if you look back on it, I think, and Brett Middles and Alley would probably say this too. Maybe they should have brought pressure earlier in the game. I would say maybe they think that.
Yeah. Hey, I see some stats on the stat. OU's running attack 32 for 132 TDs, 4.1 yards a carry. It's not bad. 6'6" guy, Mark, is Ivan Carry-On. He did play. He played a couple of series. And David, Jacoby Johnson went under on the total because he got 0.
Yeah, I honestly, the refs today, Shakur's talking about him. There were some questionable things, but I don't think anything that was just wild.
He's talking about the Texas game.
I said Texas and Oklahoma. OU and Auburn look alike. I think they're very similar, except OU's got a better playmaker at quarterback.
And Thorne was good today.
He was pretty good. He still has some wild throws. You're just like,
hey, I'm going to say something that I think is really, really good for OU today. Yeah, hit the like, Selene says. Hunter says only 4 players caught a pass for OU. That's not very good. Listen, OU's defense played the majority of the first half, and then in the fourth quarter, when the time where it needs to happen, they step up. I think the competitive depth, playing a lot of guys on defense, is proving to help. And I agree with whoever just said this. I can't tell who said it. OU's penalty situation is atrocious and needs to be fixed.
I agree with that.
It's on offense. It's mostly on offense.
Hey, Steve-Reg 007, you're right. R. Mason Thomas changed the game after they got the lead. They weren't going to do anything with him the way he was blitzing the edge. Unbelievable. He played great. You know who was kind of non-existent a little bit on defense today until the very end was Spears Jennings, RSJ. He made that big blitz. But other than that, I don't remember seeing him a ton. But Sammy O at Cheetah, nothing really stands out. I mean, he played okay, nothing like crazy. Defensive line-wise, I thought Dominique had some good moments, but I don't think overall, I don't think it was their best effort.
Yeah. OU didn't win, Auburn lost. I disagree. OU made the plays to win. OU made the play. The Kip Lewis play, even though it was a horrible read, OU made the plays. And I don't like hearing those things.
And you cannot say that and then say that Michael Hawkins' 2-point conversion, they didn't make that play. Hawkins made that play. They didn't give it to him. He flipped over a guy.
Daniel, appreciate it. I know Daniel's going to come on, I think, Monday and break down this Sooner Magic game. Hey, Hawkins is the guy. Luttrell is still vanilla.
I agree, Luttrell. I agree.
Titans are an issue as well as the O-line. Unfortunately, Jackson, yeah. Hawkins is the guy. I will say a couple of this is how I know the tight ends aren't. There were 2 really good play calls to the tight ends. Reminded me of something they used to do with Flowers and Trey Millard. He couldn't get his legs going. Like it was, I thought Javonte Barnes ran hard. The offensive line, in my opinion, is the number 1 offensive problem OU has right now. Because when they started blocking in the fourth quarter, OU looked different, and they didn't look as predictable.
Yeah, and Seth, well, I kind of agree. I think he's very predictable, personally. But
I didn't predict some of those plays in the fourth quarter, Jay. The short play I didn't predict.
Yeah, there was something I was going to get to over here. Let me see if I can find it. The BV stuff. Here's the thing with BV. BV's got to have a good year this year. He knows if you watch him on the sideline, there were many times today you could tell he was pretty ticked and going at people, yelling at him. I think he knows they got to win these games that they should win. But I'm pretty sure, looking ahead to their schedule, I think there's going to be a handful of games decided just like this by 1 possession. And Brent Venables has not been good at him in his career at Oklahoma. He needed this game big time. He needed this game. Had to have it.
Sinless Spear. Look, Michael Tarquin. I thought Jake Taylor played okay. Michael Tarquin's been the guy that I've been wanting Sexton move to tackle again in EPL in. That's what I want.
There's the time of possession. Auburn 35, OU 25.
Jay, you mentioned pinning your ears back. Here's a stat for you, a fact. If Jake Roberts doesn't rub off that tight end or receiver and hold, and OU goes up 14-0 early, you never know what might have happened.
I would absolutely love to be able to watch this defense play with a 2-touchdown lead. In a team that has to throw the ball to get. I think they could bring a lot of pressure. Hey, real quick, Killer Bees, let's talk about this. Killer Breeze. Offensive line, there's 2 guys now. I'm going to go back and watch it early in the morning probably, and I'll have a better judge. But just 3,000 foot view above the stadium here, watching it as the game goes. I thought Tarquin, I'm not sold on Tarquin, okay?
I've been saying it.
The other one is Hickman. I'm not sold on Hickman. There was one particular play, they ran a screw past the tight end, he dropped the ball, or he totally whipped at his guy. Total whip.
Man, Roberts really hurt. Sharp was better today. I think he did better. Extended a couple of plays. But, Jay, man, just, again, what a massive victory.
How about Michael Hawkins on the one where he snapped it too late? Michael Hawkins was giving him an earful. I like it.
I love it.
There is one thing you can say about there's a lot of things you can say about Mike Hawkins. One of them specifically, he looked confident, even though he looked confident calling on the protections or whatever they were doing up there, calling the play with the crowd noise. He was great. And that play on the sideline for the 2-point conversion, he wasn't going to be denied that. He
I
wasn't.
was kind of at first hoping he was going to toss that in the end zone. Hey, Jason says offense is terrible at one. That's true, but they didn't turn the ball over. That's the biggest thing.
Hey, you know what? Killer Breeze, I agree. One thing this offense has lacked is guys getting in each other's ears. And still today, I don't think you saw much of it other than that. But I also don't think you had as many free rushers to the QB. There was time they got in there and got Hawkins, but nothing like Tennessee did where it was just a free runner and nobody touched him. So the communication from the O-line has to keep getting better. And
Paul, what were we wrong about?
I was wrong. I picked Auburn 13-10. I was absolutely wrong. What else were we wrong about? Tell us. I was probably wrong about a lot.
Bring the wrongness, because I don't care when OU wins, Sooner Magic style. I love it.
Yeah, he played great. R. Mason Thomas is unbelievable when you know they're passing.
Those 27 points were because of you had a touchdown by your defense.
Yeah. I heard the OU coming through the TV in the fourth. Good job, Sooner fans. They did look like they had some good amount of fans here. I would agree with that.
Mike,
you know what?
Michael, if ifs and buts were candies and nuts, it'd be Christmas every day. Can't say ifs. If Auburn had a decent quarterback,
I bet if OU had an open offensive line, this game would have been ugly.
Ifs. Who cares?
And he's not good. Their quarterback's not very good.
He played out of his mind early, I think.
Marlene has twin brothers. Hey, whatever you see on here is about half of it, okay? I promise you, during games and after, we're going at it way more than this. So this is nothing. It's fine.
Hey, if OU had a line, had wide receivers, tight ends, my goodness.
Hey, Auburn fans, I think Hugh Freeze gone.
Auburn fans didn't show up this week on the Sooner Surge, but it sounds like there may be a few in here now.
EPL did not get in. No.
Nope.
Did not. Not surprised, though. I think it is what it is on the O-line. They're going to ride these ones they have. I don't think it's changing. Do you?
No, I don't think it will, Jay, especially with 2 weeks off. Hickman's probably going to be healthier. Hey, will you drop the Auburn stats and quarterback stats? I'm curious. And
what I would do, and I'm going to reach out, maybe get an offensive lineman, former offensive lineman on here, maybe. I don't know. But try to get somebody on. But Sexton, to me, Sexton needs to be moved to back out to tackle. They moved him back to guard. He's been playing tackle. It's like the first 2 games he played guard. Then he played tackle for 2 games. Now he's back at guard. If you got an experienced guy like Everett and he's healthy, I would think you could put Everett at left guard and move Sexton back out of tackle and then not play Tarkin. I'll have to go watch to see how Jake Taylor did. What do you think about Taylor?
I thought he was good. I thought he was okay today. Jay, did you think the line was better today?
Better than what? Tennessee? Yeah.
Here's what I think.
Yeah, better than Tennessee.
I think they were better in the fourth quarter. Hester was big, Paul. Massive. I can't believe it. 21 of 32, 338, 1 TD, 1 pick. Both TDs. 2 of his TDs in the first half, right?
Yeah, OU allowed 1 defensive touchdown. Hey,
in the second half.
Here's the thing. OU won this game. You could say many reasons. The main reason they won this game is 0 turnovers. Period.
That's exactly right. And they got what they needed.
That's right. What did you think about BV going for it? When was that? It was
4th and 10 with about 7 minutes left.
What did you think about that?
I liked it.
Is that right before the pick 6?
No, because right before the pick 6, OU scored. It was 21-16, wasn't it?
I'm trying to remember. It's all a blur right now, bro. All a blur.
No, he caught one earlier tonight. I think it was his second catch of the year.
Defense has to be better, Jason. Defense has to be better than they were tonight. I think all of them would say that too.
They missed some tackles, uncharacteristically. I will say, man, look, I am so happy for BV because things have been going poorly. The injury bug, the penalties, which is partly him to blame, but to be able to come back and win this game, I can't wait. Look, I haven't listened to it yet. As soon as we get off here, I will before we have our other live tonight. While I'm in the meantime watching some games and eating dinner. But, man, I just love it for BV. I love what he's about. Love it.
I do too, but he needed this win more than any win he's probably. I mean, the Texas win last year was huge for him, but this is a game they lose last year or the year before, I think. Now, and
I only
Jason
got blown over once.
I don't think he got ran over. He missed a couple of tackles that were big. I agree with that. Wait. Go to that. No way, really?
Crying?
Wait, is this true, Miri? Please tell me that's not true. And I don't want to.
People think that's good, Jay. I don't, but I mean, we'll see what it is. I'm not gonna bash till I see what they're talking about. I'm not gonna bash anyway.
But. I mean, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying obviously he's emotional. This was big time, but Jay, I like guys. I like
his team.
I like guys that are passionate. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying we got a lot more work to do offensively. This like we haven't hit the mountaintop here. Right now, Blake, we're all talking. We have not hit the mountaintop of offense. That was not very good offensive performance.
Hey, Blake, first off, to say it's a horrible win against a horrible team is a horrible take. I'll finish your horrible.
It is a big win against a horrible team.
It was a massive win.
Against a
massive win the way they won. Against a team who's not very good, but has really, really good, in my opinion, good offense, and has been close to being 4-0. On the road in the SEC, where the crowd was elite, it's a massive win, Blake. I don't care what you say.
It is a massive win. And the whole crying thing, I'm not even going to address. I don't care who cries. Wearing your emotion on your sleeve is not a problem for me. It's just that let's not make this be the mountaintop of a win.
Who's Skyla's team? Skyla, who's your team? Get on your team's live show. They probably
I like that Skyla's on here. I like all teams on here. I don't care who's on here. Why does it bother you? Why does it bother you?
It doesn't bother me.
It obviously bothers you. It obviously does.
This is great, Fan Stop. You have 2 weeks to add a lot more stuff. That is true because that's why this is a massive win. You go into the bye week with 2 wins on a high instead of a low. And Eric, I get the context right, buddy. You were saying he's got swagger, and I said, "Really? Does that have swagger? Come on, man! Don't bring that up. That's hilarious." Hey, get your Texas upside down Longhorn hats this week. Get them. It's officially Texas week. Okay, 2 weeks off before the game. Only place you can buy these. www.defenstop.com. Hunter already put the link in the chat.
Hey, real quick, Benjamin. There was multiple times. I agree with this. There was multiple times they ran 4 receivers, but 2 of them were tight ends. I don't like that. I don't like that set. I don't like that scheme. I don't know what they'd line 2 receivers out and 2 tight ends out. Why not put like Petaway or Carry-On or Kearney in there? Kearney and Carry-On are big enough. They're just like a tight end, but they're more athletic. So,
Blake, Seth may be the worst hire, but a win on the road in the SEC is massive. Did you have OU winning before the game, Blake? Curious. And, hey, what Brent Venables has built, I think with the defense and at least the buy-in on that side of the ball, it's great.
They got a lot more work to do. I'm not saying he's anything to, like, write home about yet. I mean, they got a lot of work to do offensively. Yeah. A lot of work.
There's a lot of work, but you got 2 weeks off to do it, as Fan Stop said, Jay.
That's true. You did. Yeah, but here's the thing, Keelan. Let me say something. This is more than any other year. This year is a week-by-week college football. It just is. Because I think you look up on Saturday and you can see a score and like, wow, I cannot believe that score. So I'm not going to say, oh, you can beat Missouri or Ole Miss. They can. I think those will be close games. I do. But
yeah, hey,
this season's going to come down to close games, and you got to win them just like you did today.
Do you? And again, I wish Hawkins would have started against Tennessee, but we can't change it. Jay, Benjamin says, I don't know what it said.
I clicked the wrong thing. Sorry, bro.
Oh, sorry. I know what it was. I'll get it in a second. it was about one corner away from being really, really good. And I think, to me, that corner that has to sit would be Kenai Walker. I think Dez is better.
They could really use Gentry Williams right now.
Yes. I think Kenai.
Hey,
Auburn
real quick. Real quick on the Burn stuff. Malone was in position, didn't make the play. Same with Kenai. Now, Kenai got beat.
Burned.
Kenai got beat, but I will say this. A couple of times the safety were creeping up too far. I mean, it just now I hate the word trash, but Woody is not playing well right now.
He can only play against the run, Jay. He's a run guy. He's a good tackler, Jay. That's what he is.
Is he?
He got benched in the second half.
Okay. Yeah, the offense did just enough. That's all there is to it.
The defense stepped up and won in the game. Facts. The defense, where a lot of people have been ripping today, even because of a couple of those deep. It was a couple of deep balls, and they had some missed tackles, uncharacteristically. But the defense is still really, really good.
Hey, who is GW? Because Gentry Williams didn't play, so I don't know who Paul's talking about.
Paul, you're talking about either Sammy who came in, Trace Ford played Cheetah,
Eli Bowen
played, RSJ was out there always because he is. Eli played. Hardy, I think, played.
And Jason, let's get to it. Now's the time to talk about it. Let's go, bro. When do we go with the unpopular issue? And right now, I don't know what you could say on the offensive line except it's not good. And it's not getting better. I don't know how they've fallen that far in a year and a half, 2 years. It doesn't look good, and it doesn't look like they could maybe get a little bit better, but I think it will still result in Michael Hawkins having to do a lot on himself. I mean,
the line's got to be better. They got 2 weeks off. See what they do. Hey, let me ask you a question. I still want to know where OU's secondary was burned. They just didn't make plays. It's not like they have a lot of busts now. And that's what I think. BV's ready to pull his hair out. They're in the right position. They just couldn't do it.
Yeah, secondary needs to improve.
They need to make plays.
Got to make plays when you have the chance. Now, that's all there is to it. When you get one-on-one coverage, you got to go up and make a play. And they haven't. And Monty's right about this, but now you've got 2 more weeks and you get guys healthy. If Everett's healthy, is Everett worse than what they're throwing out there? Is he that bad? I'm confused.
I would like to see him at center, Jay. I don't know if we will with 2 weeks off. Don't know.
Yeah, and here's the thing. He did better last year recruiting, and he did better this year. To me, this goes down to this. If you want to talk about the offensive line, talk about this. Go back to the recruiting class 2 years ago. Those are the guys playing right now, right?
Yep, exactly.
So that's the one he really may have trouble with. And the portal. They missed in the portal. I mean, it looks like it. It looks like it.
I agree. Who cares? A win is a win, and it's a massive win. Like Chester said, hey, 2 weeks off helps. It can't hurt. That's all I say. It helps immensely.
It comes at a great time, especially since you won this game. Great time.
I think the identity moving forward is try to get some 4.1 yards per carry today was okay. Try to keep getting some run game. Hit your spots on passes. Pick your spots to go deep. Don't turn the ball over. You'll be in every game this year. Every single game.
I disagree on one thing. You're not going to be in every game if you don't move the ball offensively. There in the first half, they weren't even moving it and getting first downs. The defense was constantly on the field.
That's what I'm saying, Jay.
Yeah, you got to have some moving. You got to move the ball.
It's a huge win going into Texas.
How many were
the force? I'm going to do something. I don't even think for 2 weeks I'm going to talk about the injury report.
Here's the thing. Let's talk about it real quick. I think Deion Burks will be back. Other than that, I mean, offensively, I don't think Anderson will be back. I don't think Anthony will be back. Tatum will be back. Tatum should be back. If it's a concussion issue, he should be back. So Tatum and who did I say just in? Tatum and I don't even remember. Already forgot. But those two on the offensive, Burks, Tatum and Burks offensively. Defensively, Dobie's not coming back. So really the only guy is McCullough. But I'm not as worried about defensively. They need Burks back offensively. Obviously, they could use Anderson, but I'm not counting on Anderson playing again this year with his injuries. I mean, he's just been injured all year. What makes you think he's going to get healthy?
And I was wrong on Petaway, Jay. Petaway didn't have a great game tonight.
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't. Kanai Walker didn't have a great game.
Dude, that play was
Williams.
Bad.
Hey, I think Gentry Williams out for the year. Personally, I don't think he's coming back.
Wow.
I don't. I just don't. It's been 5 games already.
Des Malone to me is physical. Hey, I do think that Barnes played well. I do like the outside running game a lot better than the inside running game.
Look at Skylar. You called Skylar out, and now they're donating $1.
Thanks, awesome. Skylar. Appreciate it.
Skylar's awesome. I will say that's awesome.
I will say the O-line, when they protected, when they did something, the offense did look better. Imagine that. So, I am happy for Hester. He could have dropped that, and can you imagine if he would have dropped that ball?
No. Hey, let's talk about something real quick. Just after we've all watched the game once, nobody's rewatched anything. What did you think about the offensive scheme, the offensive play calling, and what they did with Hawkins? Did you think it was any different, or did you think it was pretty much the same? Because we heard all week it's going to look different. I don't think it did.
It was a lot the same, except they didn't run RPO, Jay.
There's one difference.
Hawkins made RPO.
The one difference. Hawkins made plays when he had to. That's the difference. That's not on Seth Luttrell.
They didn't run RPO. That's a big difference.
You know what? If you go back and watch the game, go back and watch when they throw the ball on first down, how successful they are. Go back and watch.
They're better. But Jay, they didn't run RPO.
I don't care what they ran. To me, you got to open it up a little bit. I know you don't have the receivers you want, but on first down, throw a wide receiver 3 and throw something. And then also the more designed run, I agree. And maybe more option if you're going to run the running game. Option. I like it.
Yeah. I see people talking about the Bama's closing. Bama's getting ready to score. Caden Durham TD. Hawkins. Gray God was right. Clark was right.
Eric was
wrong. I love Hawkins.
Eric was right too. Hunter, post that again. I don't know. I think it was the true freshman thing, Hunter. If you could put that up there again, bro. Appreciate it.
I think listen to this, because I said for sure by Ole Miss, Fanstop has said he's heard maybe Texas. Jalil Farouk.
They could use Farouk. The guy that you said they should never. They could use him.
I've said this year they could use him too, Jay. He got hurt opening week, correct? First play of the game. So he sat a week before Houston. He sat a week before Tulane. He sat a week before Tennessee. He sat a week before.
I wouldn't count on it.
He'll have 7 weeks off.
I wouldn't count on it. Hey,
I'm not counting on it, but he could.
Tight ends are bad, Caleb Stacy. They're not good right now. Overall, just overall. How many penalties from the tight ends tonight? You had Bauer Sharp had one. You had Jake Roberts had a massive one. You had Cade McIntyre leave early. They had bad penalties offensively. The penalties have to get cleaned up. Let me say this, if I can remember what I was going to say. My biggest complaint about Seth Luttrell, maybe you don't agree with this, Jeremy. It wouldn't be the first time, and that's fine. I feel like he coaches an offense not to lose.
He did, and it seems like in the fourth quarter, he's like, well, we're down. Let's go.
So that's what I'm saying. Be more aggressive on the offense.
But they actually ran a deep route to their tall receiver instead of a midget out there. And the line gave him all day to throw that ball. It was a double move. No, actually it wasn't. It was a straight fly pattern.
Okay, but here's the thing. I want an offense that's going to be aggressive.
TD Alabama, Jay, you might have been wrong on Kalen DeBoer.
Oh, I'm definitely wrong on DeBoer. I already admit that. I'm definitely wrong on
I said it was the best hire they could have made. And everyone ripped for it except for Eric. Eric's the only one.
You're right. And just like I said in the Discord, I don't care who's right or who's wrong on anything. But you're right on this. DeBoer's a great coach. You're right. I was wrong.
Yeah, and I can't wait to get off and watch this game. You got this game tonight. Sounds like Penn State, Illinois is going to be a good game, Jay. What's our plan moving forward, Jay?
Well, first, I agree with Topher here. Mitchell's not ready. They would have played him. The tight ends have been so bad, they would play him. And by the way, another guy that apparently is not ready is Caden Helms, right?
Cade McIntyre played tonight. Helms did not.
Yeah, defense was clutch. You're right. Hey, here we go. Plan for tonight is we'll be back on here tonight at probably 9:45, 10-ish, probably 10 o'clock.
Yeah, probably 10 o'clock. Set your clocks for around 10 o'clock because there's still a lot to talk about this game, but we're going to get off, eat with our families, check out some more football, and then be on at 10 o'clock tonight. So make sure you join up, hit the like. Thanks, everyone, for being on here. Let me go ahead and shout out all the supers because we appreciate it so much. And I agree, Devon Mitchell needs to be playing. Moses, thanks to the super. Very appreciative. Tata Sailor, appreciate it. Even the apology for the outburst. Thanks. Chief, thanks as always, so faithful. Crystal, always faithful. Thanks to the super. Thank you so much. Blake from Utah, appreciate that. David, thank you. We had the Rhino, big time super. Just wow, so appreciative, Rhino. Thanks again. Marlene, thank you for the super. Skyla, thank you for the super. Thank you so much, Sooner Nation. All those that are on here, order your upside down Longhorn hat right now. dfanstop.com.
You want them before the game. You want them before the game, so you probably need to order them ASAP.
2 weeks. Yeah, we'll be back on tonight. So this isn't it for the night. Much more to break down for the game. Sooner Magic is live. Sooner Magic is real. Let's go watch some more football. We'll see you next time.